show, The Joys and Struggles of Motherhood. You're tuned in on Ramadan Radio 87.7 FM with myself, Zebunisa. And we have two guest speakers today from Mummers, the Mummers organization. We have Anisha and we have Aayesha. Assalamu alaikum to you both.
Wa alaikum salam, Zebi. It's really nice to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
Alhamdulillah.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you for having us.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair again for both coming. So what brings you here today? What organization are you representing?
So Anisha and I are from Mummers, as you said, Leicester Mummers. We're a community interest company that was set up in 2009. Well, actually, we became a community interest company in 2014, but we started in 2009, and we're a mother-to-mother peer support program providing parenting support, breastfeeding support for mums in Leicester. That's us.
Okay, and so what are your roles within Mummers?
Okay, so both Anisha and I are directors at Mummers. We are on the staff team as well, so we lead sessions. We support mums in various ways, in person and online. Our team of directors and volunteers are led by Sally Etheridge, who is a lactation consultant, and I think Zebi, you've come across Sally, haven't you?
She is great. She is great.
Yeah, so she has many years of experience in supporting parents here in Leicester, 15 years, I think. And I was trained up as a peer supporter in 2009 with the first cohort of mums who were trained up as, to do this breastfeeding peer support. We don't just support breastfeeding mums, of course, we support all mums, however they're feeding their babies. We're here to support mums in that really important period of their life, because having a baby it's a massive event in a woman's life. Nothing is ever going to be the same for you again once you've had a baby.
I agree with that.
And there's a transition period to motherhood that can just be made so much easier when you have good support. A lot of the mums that we support don't have the family networks or the friends that can be, that are there to support them. It can be a really lonely, really isolating experience being a new mum. A lot of the mums that we support are, either new to the city or new to the UK. English might not be their first language. So over the years, since we started in 2009, we've trained lots of mums up. Mums use our services and they become interested in giving support themselves. So it's like a circle, and then we invite people to come and do our training and become volunteers themselves. And so over the years, we've trained well over 100 volunteers up, and they're doing support in lots of different ways, and we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay, perfect. And Anisha, so what is your involvement with Mummers?
Like Aayesha said, I'm one of the directors at Mummers, and myself and Aayesha, we lead on the maternal mental health program as well, which is a very important topic. Perinatal mental health, as we know, it can be quite a stigmatized topic, especially within our community. And we lead on sessions. I facilitate sessions called Emotional Health and Wellbeing, which are over Zoom, online, making it accessible to all mums, whether they're able to come out or not. And we have those every Tuesday. It's a 10-week program. And because, like Aayesha said, entering motherhood can be like stepping into an entirely new world with fears and worries surrounding the journey. So So we focus on the perinatal mental health. It's a 10-week program, and we provide a safe, inclusive, and informed platform for mums and mums-to-be to talk about the struggles and how to overcome the challenges by promoting positive actions. So that's the sessions we run.
With our mental health support, it's really about creating those supportive spaces for mums, somewhere where they can come to feel safe enough to talk about all those difficult aspects about motherhood. You're expected to be super happy after you've had your baby, and you're supposed to be doing brilliantly, and there's so much pressure on mums to get it right, to and all mums want to be the best mum they can be for their baby. They want to do the best for their baby. There's often such a lot of pressure on new mums, and lots of advice being thrown at them from all directions, and it can be overwhelming. And so I think we create a space for mums to talk about how they're feeling. So Anisha's program is online, so it's easy.
That's great, yeah. Very accessible.
Very accessible. Anywhere in Leicester, Leicestershire, and a lot of our online programs are accessed by people even outside of Leicester. What I should say, we support mums right from pregnancy through to when their child is about two years or more, and so right from antenatal sessions, we have like a rolling program of antenatal sessions that go on week after week. So every Thursday afternoon, so pregnant women can sign up, just register to do the antenatal. You did that?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Did you do?
I did quite a few of your courses. I was going to say you do a lot of antenatal courses online.
Yeah, so we do two. We do one which is open to everybody. It's free. It's a 4-week program. It looks at things like looking after yourself in pregnancy. It looks at preparation for birth, and then there are 2 sessions that look at feeding your baby and how to get breastfeeding off to a good start.
Yeah, I did those courses. Yeah.
So there's that there. When you join, you get added to a WhatsApp group, and that itself can be a place to get further support straight away. So you kind of build a little bit of a network of support just with those mums who are on your antenatal group with you, and then women will ask to be added onto our regular Baby and Me WhatsApp groups. We have 2 Baby and Me WhatsApp groups, and that's a forum where people can ask questions about anything to do with any baby related questions, any worries, because as a first time mum, it's all new. Everything is new. Every milestone is new. Whether what your baby is doing is normal, you worry about everything. And so it's a good place to ask those questions without ever feeling you're bothering anyone, and it's a good place because all our volunteers are trained, the admin team are trained, so you can be sure that you're going to be getting good advice. Well, not advice, I shouldn't say, we don't use the word advice as peer supporters. You're going to get good information. You're going to get evidence-based information.
And I have to say, I'm not sure if you do any in-person sort of meets.
Oh yeah, we do lots of in-person groups as well. So
I have to say, when mums are together, it's a lot of bonding. You get a lot of extra knowledge but you bounce off mums.
It is, and that's the really nice thing about traditionally that is how you would have got your support from other mums. You'd have got it from your own mum, your aunts, your sisters, your friends. But increasingly, we don't have those networks so much anymore, and so prior to COVID, we were meeting in lots of different children's centres, and when COVID came, we moved a lot of our sessions online. Then also we started in-person sessions again, and so we have Anisha's emotional health and wellbeing sessions are all online. I do something called Telling Our Tales, which is another 10-week program. It's in person, and it's at Wesley Hall Community Centre.
Okay.
And I do that 4 times a year. So, mums with young babies, we usually say babies who are not yet mobile can join that group, and it's, they get to have those conversations about their birth experience. We discuss lots of things like their own experiences of being mothered. Because all our own experiences have an impact on how we raise our children. So it's a space that people have described as being a safe space to have really important conversations. When you have a baby, it changes your whole world. For a mum, it changes up your whole world. It changes your relationship with your husband. It can have an impact on your other family relationships. How you're seen in the world and how you see yourself can change a lot. There can often be grief attached to having lost that person that you were before you became a mum. So, sorry. So it's a place where people can come and connect with each other, learn from each other, share experiences, and also connect with their environment as well, connect with their community as well, because in my Telling Our Tale sessions, we have 8 sessions where we meet in person, and then 2 sessions where we meet either at a park or a cafe, so which is really nice for mums who are struggling to get out with a baby, because getting out with a baby is a huge can feel like a huge mission.
I am in one of your WhatsApp groups for the mamas, and I think you do quite a lot of things. So you're always posting the different things that you do, so it's quite engaging. Yeah. I think there's something like strolling in the park with your strollers.
Yeah, so we had the whole of last summer we had a program of meetups in different city parks, and that was once a week, and they were really popular. They were really great. About Baby and Me, which is our sessions. They are both online and in person. So we've
got Baby and Me groups, stay and play sessions, Big Cook, Little Cook. We've got baby cafe meetups. Also baby massage, baby yoga, alongside the programs we spoke about around maternal mental health. So there's quite a lot of programs which are not online now.
That's great, mashallah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the aims of all of these programs is to nurture those really important bonds between mum and baby, and because the first 2 years of a child's life are a really crucial time. They kind of set the foundation for a child's future growth and development. And so, the relationship the child has with its parents it's almost like a prototype for future relationships. So, if a mum is struggling with emotional distress, it can make it harder for her to connect with her baby. And so things like baby massage, baby yoga, there's something else that we do called Connect, Love and Learn. These are all programs to help nurture those, that loving reciprocal relationship.
If someone wants to get in touch with you and your organisation, how would they contact you?
Okay, so there's a few ways you can get in touch with us. You can go on our website, www.mamas.org. We also have a breastfeeding helpline, 2 helplines in fact, one for English speakers and the other for Urdu and Gujarati speakers, and you can find the telephone numbers for those on our website. You can connect with us via Facebook. So if you go on Facebook and look for Leicester Mummers, you'll find us there. We're also on Instagram and Twitter, aren't we, Anissa?
Yes.
I'm not too up with the socials.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay, that's great.
All the
mashallah.
contact numbers are on the website, like Aayesha said. And if any mum wants to be added on the WhatsApp groups, you just get in touch with us, and we're able to do that. Also, the message we continue to give to mums all the time is like it's okay to do what's best for you. It's also okay to not be okay. Like when we talked about motherhood, the journey, it can be quite a challenging journey. So having bad days, making mistakes, there's no such thing as a silly question on the groups.
Yeah, I'd definitely say as a mum, I would just say, I think my advice is focus on you, don't forget you. Because when you are a mum, sometimes you forget about yourself, and your own mental health is important. And that's something you should put first as well.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you. And I think programs like, the emotional health, well-being and telling our tales really do emphasize that. And I think we do emphasize that in all our programs. So, as a peer supporter, we're not here to advise women on what they should do, the way a health professional might. We're here to be there beside you for your journey, during your journey, and help you work out what it is that's best for you, what's right for you. So a lot of the time we spend with mums is just listening and, providing information where needed.
And probably comparing stories.
Yeah. I mean,
looking and feeling more relatable to them when you're comparing your stories.
Yeah, I think mums often feel that they can open up to peer supporters more easily than they might to, in a situation where they might feel like they're being judged, or feel like they might not be seen as, as being a competent mum. I think they feel safe to open up and to ask questions, and our sessions are about building their confidence, helping them to build their confidence, to nurture their babies in the way that feels right for them.
That's good, mashallah. And Anissa, I know we spoke off air about the Mental Health Awareness Week, so if you just tell us a bit about that.
Yes, alhamdulillah, we've got the week coming up, 2nd to 8th May, which is UK Mental Health Awareness Week, and we're planning a few sessions around that to launch some new ideas, to talk more about perinatal mental health. We were very fortunate, alhamdulillah, in February to hold an event with support from Masjid Umar, which we were very grateful for, alhamdulillah. We held an awareness raising event at Evington Community Centre, where we provided information around perinatal mental health, the support available. We had a presentation around what is normal, what might not be normal, and how mums can seek support and help. So
we had some pampering, didn't we?
Yeah. I can't believe I missed that.
Some pampering, which the mums absolutely loved. Reflexology, some shoulder massage. Someone came in and did facials. It was just a really lovely event, and we had over 50 people that came.
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Will you be doing it again?
Inshallah, inshallah.
Count me in, inshallah.
We hope to do one soon, and you've got to keep an eye on your posts on the groups. You'll know what's happening if you
inshallah, I will do.
But we'll definitely let you know.
You know what happens when you're a mum? Sometimes your phone is not near you. Someone's rang you 5 times, you've not seen it. Maybe your child's cancelled the call 5 times.
Yes, that is true. We have, as your little boy gets older, and we also have a toddler group, so you can join the toddler group
I think we are actually in the toddler group now.
Oh, are you?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, you've graduated early.
Yes, he is only 9 months, but I thought, you know what, let's just push him over to the toddler group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
but
you're
your
not
groups
longer
are
on
great.
Baby and Me then?
No, the Baby and Me, I found that WhatsApp group was more a few months old babies. So I just thought, you know what, I'll move on to toddler so then I can look forward to his next stages.
Right.
Yeah, so he's 9 months now. So before you know it, I'll be going back to work. And before you know it, he'll be 1 year old, walking around.
How that time goes so quickly. Although at the time it can feel like sometimes you want to like rush the days on and you think, how long is it going to be, before I'm, you're kind of looking forward to the next stage and the next stage. And I look back now and my children are all grown up. My eldest is 25. My youngest is 14. So
Wow,
well
mashallah.
past the baby stage. And I look back and I think, gosh, where did that time go?
MashaAllah, both of you look very young.
Anisha's a grandma.
Wow.
I've got a 1-year-old grandson, Yusuf.
Wow,
Alhamdulillah.
mashallah.
Yeah.
You don't look like a grandma. Inshallah, when I'm a grandma, I look like you. So what I liked about this maternal mental health, it's not just mamas doing it, it's like a worldwide sort of raising awareness week. It is, right?
Yeah, but it's a national.
It's a national
national
UK
thing,
UK
Maternal
awareness.
Mental Health Week.
So what I liked about that is they're covering different mental health problems that moms are going through.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned, I went through postpartum psychosis, and that's something they're going to be covering and teaching others about. And I think it's really important to raise awareness, because when I did courses when I was pregnant, I didn't see anything about raising awareness about mental health after having a baby. So even with mamas, with any other course I did, no course covered anything about mental health or recovery after having a baby.
Yeah.
And I think that's the little gap that
I think that's why we decided to have the emotional health and well-being
which is fantastic.
Which Anisha does. And mums can join when they're pregnant. They can join anytime during, after they've had their baby as well. And it's very flexible. You don't have to, register or attend every session. You can just attend the ones that you want to. You can keep your camera off if you're not feeling confident about having your camera on. You can stay silent and just listen to the discussion if you want.
I think I did attend one of your sessions, and I attended some of these sessions for mamas, and it was, I think I was just dressed in my pajamas or something, and it was like, everyone please put your cameras on.
Okay. We've moved on from there. We're now quite flexible.
Yeah,
You don't have to have your camera on.
that's good to
And
hear
you
for
can-
some mums.
And
Yeah,
you can just listen in if you like. And,
I think things like our antenatals, we do ask people to put their cameras on just so we know
who's listening?
there.
Yes.
But even there, we say do turn your cameras on for introductions, and people if they want to go off camera, or if they're like eating and they don't want to do that, be seen by everybody, they will turn it off. Or if they need to attend to their baby, they might turn their camera off, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Do you do any like follow-up sort of sessions? So like you do the antenatal. So do you do any for like babies when they're 1 year old or?
Yeah, so our program, so the emotional health and well-being, they can join that anytime, can't they? And it's anytime until they're...
You're not tied down to this course. Like, you don't have to attend each and every session. We have a topic of 10 topics, and we have now included in there, like you were talking about postpartum psychosis earlier, especially in the antenatal course that Sally runs. We've also included an aspect of maternal mental health in there, which
That's fantastic.
touches upon maybe baby blues, what that is, what postnatal depression, and also postpartum psychosis. We touch upon a little bit of that, and I've included it in our emotional health and well-being sessions, because just raising awareness of it is important. A mum might know somebody else who might need support and be able to encourage her to seek that support. So we've included that in one of our earlier topics. So it's been really useful for mums. We've had good feedback on that because, like you said, Zebi, that you weren't aware of it, and just knowing more about it is quite useful for everyone. Yeah.
Because I've studied mental health, and imagine studying mental health psychology and not knowing about postpartum psychosis. So this closest thing I knew was, I probably have bipolar disorder. Yeah. So it's definitely a good thing that mamas is going to raise awareness about maternal mental health, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. And Zebi, you were asking about different age groups, right?
Yes.
Programs for different age groups. So I think we've got baby massage, which is still for young babies. Then we have baby yoga and toddler yoga. So older children can join the toddler one. We have stay and play sessions that happen at Wesley Hall, and that's for children aged 1 and older. So toddlers, 2-year-olds, and we have children who are a little bit older than that in those as well. We also our baby and me sessions that are in the different we have baby and me sessions online at the moment, and also at Beaumont Leys Children's Centre on a Friday afternoon. And you're welcome to bring your babies right from birth up until they're like 2, 3, and until you've got your next baby, and you can we often support mums through multiple pregnancies and multiple children. We've got a baby cafe at Aayesha Bhattay Children's Centre. We're hoping to start another one at Thurmby Lodge Children's Centre, and one at New Parks as well. So
we've got young mums group as well. Is that at Bewcastle? Young mums. Yeah,
we work in partnership with the Centre for Fun and Families, and they have a special program which they do for young mums, so mothers who are under 24. But anybody who wants to find out more can get in touch with us, and we can direct them.
And you said to get in touch, you can get in touch on the website, which is www.mamas.org.
That's right.
Is it .org.uk or just .org?
It's .org.uk.
.org.uk. So www.mamas.org.uk.
Yeah.
So talking about your journey into motherhood, how was it? Cause obviously your oldest child is 25.
Yeah.
Do you still remember your journey?
Vividly with that first one. So it's the first time you go through, I remember my pregnancy in detail. I remember the birth in detail. I remember just kind of lying there, having been wheeled onto the ward with my new baby, and like looking at her in absolute wonder and awe at how Allah Ta'ala had given me this baby, and at the same time feeling quite overwhelmed at the responsibility. Having the responsibility for caring for this child, and it's a wonderful and overwhelming experience all together. And I think you never stop being a mom. Although my child is 25 now, you never stop worrying about them. I think we're hardwired to worry about our kids, and I think maybe I took my other children more in my stride. Maybe it gets easier with each child. I know. What about you, Anisha?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, my eldest is 23 now. So, and looking back at my journey, having my first child, I know that, like Aisha said, it can be a very overwhelming experience. And alhamdulillah, I had a very supportive family network with me. I can't thank my mom enough for being there all the time.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah to our mothers and our
Alhamdulillah.
mothers.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I think that has to be flagged up, definitely, that
Yeah.
if you've got really good support, I think that's what made my journey easy, because I had extremely good support. I had my mum. I was able to, I stayed with my mum for the first 6-7 weeks after I had my baby. She was there to look after me, so she nurtured me while I learned how to be a mum. And when I left my mum's house, I have a wonderful mother-in-law who really understands the need to, she's just so loving herself and so supportive. And she'd always say to me, if there's anything that needs doing in the house and Alia needs you go and take care of her. You take care of her needs. So just having that understanding. And sadly, we do see that mums really struggle sometimes because there's so much expectation on them when their babies are still quite young and really need them to also be doing lots of other things and meeting expectations of the family members. So not everybody has that, but yeah, for me, just having that support from both my mum and my mother-in-law, was vitally important, in my journey.
That's great, mashallah. I have to agree with you on that one as well. Jazakallah khair to my mum and mother-in-law as well.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that,
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's very vital, like Aisha said, to have that support, and because things can already be very challenging and overwhelming in the early days, and feeling alone and isolated can just add to the issues. Yeah,
Definitely. And how was your journey into motherhood?
Like for me, my youngest is 7, and I know that it's been different with every child. Coming up to my 4th child, I think the experience at the hospital, where the expectation was, what you're doing, and it's your 4th baby, and you think, no, actually, hang on, I'm struggling with feeding, or I'm struggling with other issues. So whether it's your first baby, your 2nd, or your 4th, you go with the flow and being in tune with how you're feeling, how your baby's being responsive to your baby's needs. It can be a different experience with every child. So
practice doesn't make perfect.
I think your capacity maybe grows.
Yes,
maybe with each other. But yeah, like you say, each child is different. They each have a different temperament.
Different personality.
Completely, yeah. You can have, I have 5 children and they're all very, very different.
MashaAllah. Yeah. I just have one, and I think, how do people manage 4, 5, 6? But I think when you do have so many, you just build your tolerance. And
so your capacity grows.
Yeah, MashaAllah.
Yeah, with each child.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, definitely. Yeah.
So we're wrapping up shortly. We've got about 5 to 10 minutes. So I just wanted to ask you, what motherhood advice would you give to our listeners, to all the mums listening out there?
Okay, so we don't give advice.
Or a tip. We'll say tip. What tip?
What I would say to a mum who may be feeling lonely, overwhelmed, maybe struggling, having a bad day, is we all have bad days. We all have those really awful days. There are days when we're really just about making it, and then there'll be good days where you feel like, I aced that. I did really well today. But if you are feeling lonely, and if you are wanting some support, do reach out, do connect with others, connect with mamas. If you're somebody who has been experiencing low mood for a long time, maybe a few weeks, things aren't getting better, you're not sleeping very well, you feel things aren't getting better, then reach out to your health visitor, go speak to your GP, but definitely talk about how you're feeling. It might be to your husband, or to someone in your family, or to a good friend. Don't bottle it up. Don't keep it to yourself.
I definitely agree with what you said, and I think, like in my case, I knew I was unwell, but I didn't realize how unwell I was. So it was my husband who noticed that I was unwell and who went to the services and seeked out help. So sometimes, if you're ill, you won't notice, and the people around you will notice for you.
Yeah. So if you are worried about somebody, yes, it might take somebody. It might mean that you have to reach out on their behalf if they're not able to do that themselves.
So definitely, if you're feeling low and it's over a few weeks, definitely reach out for help. That's what you're saying.
Definitely.
And also, if you're a partner or if you're a family member and you notice that someone in your family is looking and feeling low over a few weeks, definitely seek support for them, even if it ends up being wrong, meaning that they're not actually mentally unwell or anything. At least you're trying, because the earlier you tackle it, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes a person is not well and it's missed, or their symptoms can linger for years if they're not addressed, if they're not dealt with at the time. And you don't have to have a mental health diagnosis. You don't have to sort of officially be depressed or suffering from anxiety or OCD, or you can it's a tough time. It can be a really challenging time for all mums, and we all need support. So definitely reach out.
Yeah, I think the message here is reach out. There's lots of organizations like Mamas that are here to help you. And also you have your family members, so don't feel shy to ask for help from family members, from these organizations. They have lots of things going on within Leicester, so that's really great to hear and know about.
If things aren't getting better, your health visitor your midwife can refer you to the perinatal mental health team. There's also the IAPT services that you can refer yourself to.
If you just tell them what IAPT is.
It's usually online or over the telephone. Psychological therapy. Often it's CBT.
Yeah, mainly it's CBT, isn't it?
It is CBT based, yeah. And you can just fill a form in online.
And it's a free service as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So if you look for Vitamins, search for Vitamins online, you can refer yourself, and you should, because they will prioritise you because you have a young baby or you're pregnant, and you will be assessed and assigned somebody to do some therapy work with you over a few weeks.
So that's fantastic. There's lots of free services in Leicester, because I feel like they must know that mums struggle. So all these services are available, so you can't make an excuse that you can't reach out. You can reach out to these services.
Hard. It can be really hard,
Yeah.
really hard, especially when you're feeling really, really, really down. Just making that call can be really difficult.
But inshallah, you'll take that step, inshallah.
Yeah. So you can go to our website, you can email us, you can call us on our helplines. Yeah.
What tip would you give, Anisa?
I would say, like when it comes to mental health, look out for signs. Go with your instinct. You will know when you're not feeling normal. And sometimes, like you said, it can be that other people, close family around you will notice, and you won't. You'll think, no, everything's fine. This is motherhood, and this is how it is. But some signs to look out for is things like mood, sleep, diet, and as we all know, like hormones can already be heightened during pregnancy onwards. So getting that first help, early help is really important. So there's no shame in asking for help, seeking that support, because it is more common than we think. Because a lot of times with social media and everything, we're comparing ourselves to, there's so much of that out there at the moment. We're comparing ourselves to other mums who are having, like the perfect journey, but reminding yourself that, comparing my worst day to somebody else's best day is not going to help me. So seeking that early help and support, that would be a tip that I would definitely recommend. Talk to somebody, whether it's somebody, a close friend, family member, mamas, talking to a health professional. Yeah.
And when you say sleep, you mean lack of sleep. When you say food, you mean lack of food.
Yeah.
When you say mood, you mean high and low moods.
Yeah, high, low moods, feeling sad, feelings of sadness, which go on, normally go on longer than 2 weeks, because you have the baby blues, which is normal part of after having a baby, which can last for about 2 weeks. But if it goes on longer than 2 weeks and you're still feeling low, then get that help and support. Talk to somebody.
I definitely agree with that. So when I was pregnant, I heard about baby blues.
Yeah.
But I was a bit like, I don't know if I believe about baby blues. So I think we all just need to learn a bit more about perinatal mental health, for sure.
Yeah, sure. True.
And I'd say my advice always for mums is take it easy. Don't be hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself, definitely.
And be kind to others, because when you're a mum, your emotions are all over the place. Maybe you might be screaming and you don't mean to be. And so my advice would definitely be kind to yourself and be kind to others.
Yeah.
Because you're going through a hard time. You don't need to give yourself an even harder time. And you don't need to give others a hard time as well. And you'll get into it. You'll get into everything slowly and steadily. You'll learn how to change his nappy properly. You'll learn how to give him a bath. Don't stress out. Just take it easy. Relax.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that would just be my number one advice. And when it comes to your mental health, always try to put your mental health first. If you're feeling low, then do something about it if you can. Talk to someone. And if you don't feel confident enough to go to the services, maybe that person can go for you, inshallah.
Yeah, sometimes because some of our referrals come from health visitors and midwives, for support, we can, if a mum doesn't feel confident about getting further support herself, we're happy to go back to her health visitor and ask on her behalf to get further support as well. And say, maybe also try getting out and about, because I think that can be a real struggle, getting out in those early months. But it can make such a big difference just getting out with your baby.
I'd agree with that, definitely.
Even if it's just a little walk around the block.
I think get that fresh air.
Yeah.
Because especially in the first few months, you're stuck at home, you're trying to get into routine, and routine is important, and you're trying to get into that routine, and you're just stuck in the home. So if you can just even go out for 10 minutes, find a walking buddy and go out and get that fresh air, have good company. Inshallah, you'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you were saying about you'll learn how to change nappies and baths. One of the requests that we often get is, mums telling us that they want to know how to bathe their baby, and we've actually got a special session coming up, an aqua nurture session coming up over the next couple of weeks. I can't remember the date right now.
We're actually finishing the show now, but will it be on your website?
It will be on the website, yeah.
So your website is www.mamas.org.uk. So if you want to find out more about the organisation, please go onto their website, and you can find out more, and you can contact them on there as well. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for listening today to the show, The Joys and Struggles of Motherhood. You were listening to myself, Zebunisa, Anisha, and Aayesha from the Mummers organization. Jazakallah khair.